Hello, welcome. So today we are in r/relationships, and the OP is being told by everyone and their dog that if they leave their husband, they are going to end up alone forever and ever and very, very sad. So if that sounds interesting to you, then stick around and enjoy. And also like and subscribe, please. Thank you. The title of the post reads, I, 37F, want to divorce my husband, 40M, but everyone keeps telling me I will die alone if I do so. What is the best course of action? I, 37F, caught my husband, 40M, cheating on me with my daughter's teacher. What an absolute piece of turd. Flicky little piece of turd. You know that one that likes to cling to men's butt hair? That's what he is. We have 3 kids, 12M, 9F, 4F. We've been married for 15 years and together for 20, but I recently found out he has been cheating. I reported the teacher and separated from my husband, as you should. I served him divorce papers because cheating has always been a deal breaker for me. My husband has begged a lot, but I still didn't budge. It's been 1.5 months since I served him the divorce. I have had people try to convince me to stay. I've had numerous advices, but most common were 1. All men cheat. If I leave my husband and find a new man, the chances that he will cheat on me is still high. Better to stay with him. Not necessarily, don't get me wrong, unfortunately in this day and age it seems to be that the amount of people that actually have morals is declining rapidly. However, there are good people out there. And it may take a long time to find them, but I'd rather be alone forever than with some absolute scumbag who can't keep his peenwee out of holes that they should not be in. 2. I will be a single mum with 3 kids, have a difficult time finding a new partner. We have baggage. Oh, God. Besides, I am 37. That's a whole lot of ways for you to tell me that the people in your life are absolute bags of shite, to be honest with you. Because having kids is not baggage, again, to the right person. Some people don't want that. Fair enough. I'd rather avoid the people that don't want kids than be in a relationship with someone that doesn't want them and then make me and my kids' life a misery. So, again, being alone is not a bad thing either. 3, I should just let him cheat because at the end of the day, he still provides and pays bills. So turn that back on him and say, well, I do all the childcare and the house and everything else, so I get to cheat too. Bet he won't like that. 4, think about your kids and how it will affect them. Divorce is always harsh on kids. The best thing my parents ever did was get divorced. If they'd have stayed together, I think I'd have been extraordinarily messed up. They did not get along one iota. 5, I am taking their father away from them. No, kids can still see their dads if their parents aren't together. It's up to the dad to make sure they actually bother, but they can. It's absolutely doable. I know, I'm a single parent and my kids see their dads. It's you just have to make sure that you're saying yes. If you want to have the kids for a little bit, you can. Easy. All these I avoided, but what struck me was what my mother said. My mom also divorced my dad, and when he cheated, our dad abandoned us after the divorce was final. I barely talked to him. My mother said sometimes she wishes she didn't divorce my dad. He left us because he was angry that my mum didn't want to work things out. If she had just worked things out, I would still have a dad. No, that's not on your mum. That's on your absolute piece of shite dad. If your dad had wanted to still see you, he could have. What was stopping him? Just because he can't put it in your mum anymore doesn't mean he can't see you. Do you know, men like that really make me angry. Really make me angry. Part of the reason she was single till I was 18 was because she didn't want strange men to groom me and take advantage of me. She said to think about it. Now, I will say that is exactly why I have stayed single for the last 5 years. I'm just not doing it. I don't feel that any guys I have come across I have ever felt like I would want to trust them with my kids. It would take a lot for me to actually trust someone because there are so many disgusting creeps that target single mums to get at kids, and it's sickening. I have thought about this for a long time. I cannot even look at him. His face disgusts me. The last time he touched my arm, I jerked it off. I am fine if I never date again, but I've always had abandonment issues. I think about my children and it makes me want to change my mind. But how can I stay with a man who disgusts me? We will be living like roommates. I need some insights on what is the right thing to do for me and my kids. TLDR, my husband cheated. I want to divorce, but people keep telling me I am wrong to do so. And then down in the comments, Icy Perception 8108 says, your husband cheated with the teacher of your kids. He cares shite about your kids. How many people at the school, including other parents, know now? The fact that he did that to your kids and has embarrassed them in such a way, even though they might not know personally, is telling enough. You don't poo where you or your kids eat. Your husband just did. Divorce him. Precisely. This is on him, not on you. And it's on him to continue the relationship with his kids. All you can do is facilitate the relationship by not getting in the way of it, not being salty and not saying, nope, you can't see them because you did X, Y, and Z to me. You don't do that because that's wrong. You make sure the door is open. And if he decides not to, you can't force him. Ricky Rachel says, seriously, there are people getting divorced every day. You'll find someone else. Precisely. Someone a lot better than that bag of spoons. I was trying to think of a nicer way to say what I wanted to say and I couldn't. Hello everyone, I just wanted to give a quick update. Recently I had my LASIK operation done on my eyes, so I wasn't available to answer all the PMs and comments. I wasn't allowed screen time for 48 to 72 hours. But thanks to all of you who've opened my eyes, literally and figuratively. I was having some doubts. In my mind, I was doing the right thing, but people were telling me I should reconsider. So it created a doubt whether I'm doing the right thing or not, but the comments from people has cleared it. So, where are we? That's the discussion I had with my soon-to-be ex. I am so glad that you are not going to keep this absolute human excrement pile. My soon-to-be ex came to see me during my operation. I never asked him, but he still came. He took me home after my operation since I wasn't allowed to put pressure or dust in eyes. It made majority of the chores very difficult to do. But he did all my chores, starting from dusting, cooking, and laundry. He was with me reminding me to take my eye drops. It felt good. For once, I thought I got my husband back. Don't let them lull you into that false sense of security. They'll act like the most top man ever. For a bit, and then it fades. But I thought about this a lot. He never did anything like this unless I asked him to. He never did my portion of the chores, even when I was sick with flu. He's only doing this to be on my good side. Exactly, it's very, very performative. I don't want someone who only acts nice only to gain something. Plus, the messages he shared with his affair partner still haunts me. It's been imprinted in my brain. I don't think doing 2 days worth of chores will make me forget the humiliation me and my kids went through because of him. Yeah, exactly. A guilty person will quite often just all of a sudden start acting like the most perfect version of themselves that you might have of them in your head to try and trick you into forgiving them. But it is an act. An actual guilty person who is sorry and wants to fix things would be suggesting things like couples counselling, would be suggesting things like, do you know what? You've got full access to my phone at any time. Obviously, I actually don't think it's ever a good thing. If you get to the point where you're checking each other's phone, the relationship is dead in the water. But you know what I mean? They would be doing anything they could to make it better. So I sat him down. It's easier to talk with him wearing glasses. I told him I'm still going through with the divorce. I am not going to take his kids away from him. He is still their dad. I can never live under the same roof. Even if I take his advice and go into counselling together, I would still never be able to let go of the fact that he cheated. Also, he did at least suggest counselling, which is a good step. But again, cheating's cheating, and I absolutely understand anyone who goes, I cannot do this now that you've done that. I feel like it's a boundary that once crossed, if you take the person back, they will believe that they can cross it again, and you will be paranoid that they're going to, and it's just never going to work after that. Our kids don't deserve parents who resent the other. It's better we part our ways and continue as a co-parent. I did suggest counselling as a family so that we can be the best co-parents, but as far as being married, that's out of the question. He can resent me all he wants, but he still has to be there for the kids. He agreed. Although I can see the sadness in his eyes, he said he's sorry for everything he has done. He opened up about his affair, that he just thought it would be great because we got stuck in our mundane lives, that the affair was an escape, but he didn't realise what he was losing. He blocked his affair partner and ended his relationship with her. He acknowledges that not only has he destroyed his marriage, but also ruined his career. He also stooped so low in his kids' eyes. He also said he will never date again. Pull the other one, it's got bells on. I told him not to make promises he knows he cannot keep. Yeah, he's going to be sticking it in the next thing moving as soon as you've turned your back, dear. Another problem we are facing now is our kids. My eldest son knows what's happening. Apparently the rumours has reached his school. The teacher taught my middle child, so she also knows. My son is not talking to his dad. Valid and fair, I can understand why he wouldn't want to. He even refused to eat the meal he cooked and has been living on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. My other kids followed his lead. He refuses to talk to my soon-to-be ex and it hurts him. I even caught him crying 1 to 2 times. I can understand what my kids are going through. I don't want them to hate their dad. He is a crappy husband, but a great dad. I don't know what to do with them. If you have suggestions, please let me know. Also, I cannot reply to all the comments because I'm only allowed 30 minutes of screen time every 2 hours, but I will read the comments once I'm fully recovered. TLDR, had LASIK surgery, had the talk with soon-to-be ex, we are still getting divorced, kids still hate him. Yeah, I think the kids are going to feel like that for a long old time. Like, I know it's always been like one of those typical tropes that dads leave and they never look back and blah, 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 and then the kids are just there alone with their mum, but it doesn't have to be that way. As long as the mum facilitates the space for a relationship with their dad and the dad puts in the work to actually come and visit them, pick them up, have them overnight, whatever, everyone will be happy and you get into a routine and then that is that. It doesn't have to be a big song and dance, you know, and you don't have to feel like you should stay with someone just because you're worried that they'll never bother with their kids again. Because quite frankly, are they even bothering with them when they're at home, if that's what you think of them? And believe me, that time when they go with their dad for a little bit and you have some time to yourself, oh, heaven. Absolute heaven. The first few months of it, it's so nerve-wracking and you're on the edge of your blooming seat all the time, worrying for no reason. They're fine. They're with their dad, you know, but it's a natural thing. It feels unnatural for them to be away from you, but believe me, that child-free time you get, it's essential because it gives you some time to just recoup, empty your mind for a bit, catch up on some things that you want to do for yourself that you can't normally do because you're holding down the fort. Honestly, you come to view the time when the kids go with their dads as a nice little break. Just a nice little break. Doesn't mean you don't love your kids and all that. It just means you need a break. Everyone does. Anyway, down in the comments, Alicia85 says, I'd get them to see a psychotherapist ASAP. The anger and resentment are normal, and it's up to them to do the work to get their forgiveness. But they need a safe space in the meantime where to process it all and cope with the changes that are coming. They have been exposed to grown-up issues beyond their emotional understanding, and a psychologist can help them through that exactly. They shouldn't know about all this, but unfortunately they do because their dad decided to shag the teacher. Congratulations for making the right choice for you and your kids in the long term. It's not easy, but future you will be so grateful of your strength now. Yeah, honestly. And happy mum, happy kids at the end of the day. And on that note, I'm going to disappear and get my butt to bed. It is very, very late. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it all the way to the end, then I appreciate you very, very much. I'd appreciate you even more if you liked and subscribed because I post every single day, so you can find your way back here then. How handy is that? Anyway, I hope you have a really good rest of your day, whatever it is you're doing. Goodbye.